Good day, grade 7 students. So now, another week, another lesson. In week 2, lesson 2, we will focus on codes and standards used in industrial arts services. When we say codes, it is a compilation of existing law related in industrial arts. So we will focus on the basics. Always remember that the basics is the fundamental or the important ones. When we say standard, it is the benchmark. So what are the existing law related in industrial arts that serve as a benchmark in construction or residential construction? Because in this topic, we will focus on National Building Code of the Philippines or the Republic Act number 6451. So we will focus on residential construction sa paggawa ng bahay. So in National Building Code of the Philippines, Section 3 states that no person, firm, or corporation, including agency of government, shall construct, alter, repair, move, convert, or demolish any building or structure or case to be done without first obtaining permit. Therefore, from the building official assigned in the place where the subject building is located. So, sabi sa NBCP, wala dapat mag-build ng bahay or construction na hindi nagpapaalam sa locality or local government unit. So, doon nagbibigay ng permit. So, building permit. Every time na mag-build ka sa residential area, ay dapat meron kang building permit. Pero, depende yon. So, meron naman siyang limit. For example, interior lang, naka-build na talaga yung bahay. Hindi mo na kailangan ng permit. Pero kung from the ground o kaya first floor, gagawin mo siyang fifth floor, kailangan meron siyang permit. So, bakit? So, importance of the knowledge in using codes and standards in the workplace. Number 1, for safety. To protect workers and the public from accidents and injuries. Following proper construction methods or electrical wiring practices. So, mapapanatili natin yung safety ng mga tao sa surrounding habang binibuild nyo yung construction nyo. Number 2, for quality or kalidad. Ensuring the right materials and following proper construction techniques result in not just strong but also looks good and last for years. So, meron ng batas dito or law na kapag halimbawa pag residential area, hindi mo na kailangan ng registered electrician. Pero dapat kapag third floor ka na, required na meron kang registered electrician. Bakit? Kasi pagka nagkaroon ng trip ng wire na yan, magkakos yan ng sunog or iba't ibang uri ng accident. And para magtagal yung construction mo ng bahay mo, kailangan talaga sumusunod ka sa guidelines. Number 3, for consistency. It promotes uniformity in how things are done across different project. So, hindi lang ikaw yung susunod, pati yung mga iba't ibang project. Kaya tayo may batas para sundin ang lahat. So, this established common language. For example, for measurements, kung ilan ba talaga yung standard na sukat, at yung paggawa mo ba ng building ay nararapat. Kasi kung hindi yan tama ang sukat niyan, hindi tama ang ratio or sukat niyan, pwedeng maka-affect yan dun din sa quality. So, pwede rin maka-affect yun sa safety ng tao. For example, fifth floor, tapos yung foundation mo is mahina. So, hindi pwede yon. Kaya dapat mag-a-apply talaga ng permit. So, mag-focus tayo, syempre, sa Philippine Electrical Code. Kasi nga, industrial arts. In residential wiring, hindi sa commercial, ulit sa residential. So, compilation of existing law related in residential wiring. Kilala din tong PEC. PEC is a set of standards and regulations that govern the safe and proper installation, operation, and maintenance of electrical system in the Philippines. So, it provides guidelines for electrical design, wiring, equipment selection, grounding, protection, and other related aspects. Bakit? To ensure electrical safety and efficiency. So, ano yung objective niya? So, sa una, safe use of electricity. So, kaya may Philippine Electrical Code. Siyempre, may mga objective siya, kaya ginawa yun. Number 1, uulitin ko, safe use of electricity. To establish basic materials, quality, and electrical work standards for the safe use of electricity for light, heat, power, communications, signaling, and for other purposes. So dapat safe tayo. Baka naman mamaya, hindi pala waterproof yung resistance ng wire mo. 'Di ba? O kaya, yung wire mo manipis. Kailangan mas makapal yon. Iba't ibang uri kasi ng wire. Ang nire-recommend, depende kung saan gagamitin. Tulad ng linya ng galing dun sa may pinaka poste, galing sa labas, malaki yun, di ba? Pagdating sa atin, malaki pa rin siya, pero pagdating din sa loob natin, liliit kasi iba-iba na ng loading, maliit na kada yung voltage na kailangan ng bawat bahay. Pero for example, meron kang katabing manufacturing or school. So dapat, kadalasan ang ginagawa dyan, sa isang poste na yon, siya lang ang nakatap dyan kasi hindi pwede mag-overload yun. Kasi nga, magkakos ng accident. So, to promote safety use of electricity, kaya tayo may batas. Philippine Electrical Code. Number 2, adequacy. So, dapat compliance pagsunod. Strict compliance with the provisions of this code will ensure safety in electrical installation and construction, but not necessarily efficient, convenient, or adequate for good service or future expansion of electrical use. So, yung sinasaad nun, pang residential lang. Pagka in-expand mo, ibang usapan na yun. Baka mamaya, yung in-apply mong permit is pang second floor lang, tapos pag in-extend mo, syempre, pwede mag-overload yun. Dapat magdadagdag ulit kayo, or yung ibang ginagawa, nag-a-apply na lang ng another contador para hindi mag-overload yung metro niya. So, the use of Philippine Electrical Code is mandated by Republic Act 7920. So, formerly, RA 184 yon. So, ni-revise, kaya naging 7920. It is also known as the New Electrical Engineering Law. Likewise, referral codes are also used which are mandated by their corresponding laws. Ito yung mga nakapaloob dito sa Philippine Electrical Code. Number 1, Presidential Decree 1096 or yung National Building Code. Number 2, PD or Presidential Decree 1185. Yan. So, Fire Code of the Philippines. Number 3, Structural Code RA 7920. So, itong RA 7920, it is an act providing for a more responsive and comprehensive regulation for the practice, licensing, and registration of electrical engineers and electricians. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na kapag yung building is nasa third floor, nasa residential area, kailangan registered na, hindi pwedeng mga technicians lang nandyan. Dapat may license. So, sino yung mga government authorities na nag-i-implement ng PEC? Number 1, Office of the Building Official. Number 2, Office of the City Electrician. Number 3, Office of the Municipal Electrician. And number 4, Regional Office of the DOLE. So, pag sinabing building officials, these are the people or officials responsible in enforcing the provisions of the Philippine Electrical Codes as indicated in RA 7920, Section 39, and Presidential Decree 1096, Section 205, and 1301. So, kapag halimbawa hihingi ka ng permit, sila yung mag-inspection, o kaya pag may nagreklamo sa'yo, yung mga building officials, bibisitahin kung yung in-apply mo bang permit, parehas dun sa pinagawa mong residential building. So, Bureau of Fire Protection, as per provisions of the Republic Act 9514, Section 3, Fire Code regarding electrical systems is to enforce the provisions of Fire Code, particularly Section 7.A.1. Bakit ini-implement yung Fire Code? Kasi to ensure that there are no violations as per Section 8B, it has no legal authority on the design of electrical system. Bakit Bureau of Fire Protection yung nag-i-inspect? Kasi sila ang nag-i-inspect kung prone ba sa sunog yung electrical wiring na ginawa mo. So, di ba medyo madugo? Kaya yung iba, makukulit, di sinusunod to. Pero much better na sumunod tayo dahil para sa ating safety. So, permits and inspection certificates. Okay, pag na-inspect na, bibigyan ka ng certificate, ibig sabihin, halimbawa, bago ka magpa-apartment, dapat may mga certificates ka na galing sa building official, authority, at saka dun sa Bureau of Fire Protection. Kasi ibig sabihin, safe na yung building mo. Kapag wala, ibig sabihin, hindi yan na-inspect. So, a permit is required before undertaking any electrical installation. So, bago ka pa mag-install, dapat may plano ka, tapos i-inspect nila. An inspection is also required after, pagkatapos daw, which certificate of final electrical inspection, so before and after. So, CFEI is issued by the authority. Siyempre, may exceptions yung permit. Hindi na siya required kapag ang installation ng electrical na portable equipment o yung mga appliances mo sa bahay ay hindi sobra ng 1,200 voltage per ampere. If I'm not mistaken, kung ganun ang pagkakabigas niya. Yan, kung hindi naman marami or malaki ang voltage na kailangan mo dun sa building mo na ipapagawa or sa bahay mo, hindi na kailangan kasi pasok sa limit. So, reconnection of disconnection service due to non-payment of electrical bill or change of occupants for a period of 1 year. Siyempre, halimbawa, naputulan ka, nagawa na yung bahay mo, tapos magpapabayarin ka ulit. Hindi na kailangan yun kasi dati na, meron na yan. Except na lang kung magpapagawa ka ulit ng building, kailangan ng inspection. Philippine Electronic Codes. So, in Section 1 or General Rules, ano yung purpose ng rules na to? So, yung purpose ng rules na to ay magkaroon ng uniform standard in regulating and giving requirements for the electronics and communication in terms of design, planning, manufacture, production, fabrication, construction, installation, operation, and maintenance. So, the application of which will ensure adequate protection and safety to persons. So, ang pinaka-purpose nito ay magbigay ng protection and safety para sa mga tao may engage doon sa operation na may kinalaman sa electronics and or communications components, devices, equipment, systems, plants, stations, services, or facilities para walang ma-abuse. Baka pala nagkatrabaho ka sa construction services tapos biglang nakuryente ka. Ano yung mga grounds na pwede mong ilaban? Di ba? Para hindi ka naman ma-abuse. So, the application of the rules will also establish an acceptable level of protection for electronics and communications devices, equipment, and plant from damages due to electrical and or physical hazard. So, the primary consideration of electrical protection are the following: to minimize as far as practicable electrical hazards to persons engaged in construction, operation, maintenance, or use of communication systems. Letter B, to reduce as far as practicable damage to equipment and plant. Letter C, to eliminate as far as practicable any fire hazard resulting from the operation of communication systems. And letter D, to minimize as far as practicable acoustic shock hazards to anyone using communication services. Government agencies tasked to implement Philippine Electronic Code. Sino naman yung inaatasan na patupad yung Philippine Electronic Code? PEC rin. Philippine Electrical or Philippine Electronics. Pagka naka-acronym, so PEC. The Department of Interior and Local Government or yung DILG, yung unang logo. Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH. Department of Information and Communication Technology, DICT. And Department of Trade and Industry or DTI. Goes hand in hand. Nagkutulungan tong apat na department na to. The Joint Memorandum Circular number 2018-01 dated in January 4, 2018. So, it entails guidelines in streamlining the process for the issuance of building permits and certificates of occupancy. So, yon. And, ang susunod naman nating topic ay traffic and road signs in the Philippines. Lalong-lalo na sa iyo sa mga grade 7, importante ito, no? So, but before that, kung may papagawa akin ng mga guro, sundin. Kung meron kayong tanong, itanong nyo sa personal, no? Ready tayong pag-usapan upang ating malaman. Okay? Yun lamang at see you ulit sa susunod.